good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. In today's functionality, it is an improviser that I just read in a blog from Excel Jet, and I should thank Dave for building this. And this is a inspiration got from Dave, and then I just improvised this because this is something which I come across almost on every class that I take in Excel. Normally when I teach Excel from a logic like on how to go for an auto fill and how we talk about fill series, when I talk about fill series on the date front, I always get this question from my students and saying that how do I get the other dimensions. So let me start with the fill series first of all. Probably this is a little longer video. Again, I'm not keeping you too long to come to the Workday International function with a sequence formula in it. It's a combination formula that I wish to add here, and I will go for a few more documentation verifications also, so please be a little patient. Or if you are comfortable with fill series, you can jump or you can forward or you can skip the fill series option and then jump to the Workday's international function directly, because I'm not going to go and explain the Workday international function too much. I will jump into the Workday international function with a sequence on it. Normally when I go for a fill series, when I want to fill a month date, so what I'll do is I'll just fill the first date alone, and then I want to get all the dates here, so I'll give the old school formula or keyboard shortcut Alt EIS. That populates my series window. I'll go for column, and then I'm going to take all dates here. Then when I come back here, I can give the date, the last day of the month here. By that way it gives you the entire month for me. But what we normally do, what I teach generally in a fill series is I will try to give all the weekday functionality. So I'm going to do the same logic again. I'm not going to do anything very big, just one small change at the time of filling the data set here. So when I go for the fill series, I will choose weekday function, and then I will end the dates in that way. Sorry about that, I just gave an escape. So now you get all the weekdays functionality here, but it gives you Monday to Friday here. So if you wanted to just check what date is giving you, then I'll give a text functionality which allows me to get this dimension Monday to Friday. When I normally post this data set, the next question that populated to me is, sir, can we get a fill series option for the weekends alone? I generally say that just fill all the dates and then filter out the weekends and then do it. That's a long shot. That's the stupid way that I generally used to give them as a logic, because I don't want to fiddle around with fill series for a longer time. So I just skip that motion for most of my students, and I apologize for that at the moment, because we have a better way to do it in Office 365. I don't know the old school methodology, because Dave also gave me that in his blog, but I'm not using that at the moment. I'm only trying to create the combination formula with Workday international function. That's what I did in this dimension. So what did I do in here is I created a Workday functionality function or Workday international function to work around. It's not a normal Workday function which we do a Workday international function here. In the Workday international function, normally what it gives you is it gives you a start date, and that gives you the number of days. If you have a holiday, you can work around. If you are working an international function, you will get one more dimension in the same data set, that is called weekends. Again, these two combinations of the last two line items are optionals here, so you don't want to worry about it. Without touching those components, your answer still works for you. But when Dave did this, I was a little skeptic about it, and I'm not sure about it why Dave actually doing this in the start date functionality, because what he did do is when he choose the starting date here, he gave a -1 so that the date starts from the given date here. If I don't give that -1 in here, it starts from the next Monday when it applies here. So I'm interested in not in going for the all Mondays here. I'm looking forward the Mondays which I'm about to use here. I want to start from the Monday. Probably if I would have given only the -1, if I given E4 alone, then it starts from 4th of September. When I give E4 -1, the previous Friday when it applies here, from that date it will come. Probably my 1st of September will be populating here when I give a -1 here. And when I come back to the days component, this is where he made my data set really a good one. So he gave a small formula here which starts with a sequence function, because I don't want to do it in this way. So let me do it in the normal way of doing it. So Workday international function, he chose this. This is the start date for me. When I leave it as it is, it's going to take the next day, which either starts on a Monday or Wednesday or a Friday. At the moment, the 1st of September falls on a Friday. So when I just leave the start date as E4 here, it's going to give you the answer as 4th of September. It starts from there. If you want the data to start from the 1st of September here, then I give a -1 here. That allows me to get that dimension here. I'll give a comma, then I start with the sequence functionality here. When I start with the sequence, I can either mention the data set by a week or a day, because I'm going to give a day here. So for example, I want to go for the next 3 weeks of Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays is what I want to populate here. Then in the sequence function, I'm sorry about that, I gave a search function here. In the sequence functionality, the row is going to be this. Then when the row is finished here, I'm going to close the bracket here, because I want to finish the sequence formula there. And then I give a comma. Now I'm specifying the week end functionality here. This is where Dave did it in one dimension. He said it's a special string that we are about to use it. But for this data set, I just literally gone to the Microsoft support functionality, or the formula categorization wise formula screen here. Let me just go back to the first screen here, and then I'll go back to the category formula here. I'm going to go to the date and time functionality and move to my Workday International function. And I never noticed in my previous point, I know that this is available there, but I never know that I can use it this beautifully. So when I browsed this a moment ago, I even got the answers for my people who asked me when I use the fill series option. So in this is the paragraph that I really made an eye opener. This is what Dave actually used in one dimension, where he used the Monday, Wednesday, Friday sequence with a number format in it. And I tried the other way around for the Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday, and I stumbled upon on the Saturday, Sundays also. So what I'm about to do right now is, when I go back to my formula, I'm going to use the first option that what Dave used in his blog. I'm going to give a double quotes here. I'll say 0101011. When I double quotes, close it, and then when I close the bracket and give an enter, that's going to populate all my Mondays and Fridays. As I told you earlier, if I don't give a -1 here, it's not going to start from the day in which I am starting my data set. It's going to start from the next day. So when I take this -1 out of the equation, then my Monday, Wednesday, Friday starts from 4th of September, not from the 1st of September. When I want that to start from the first day itself, then I add a -1 here, so that the sequentiality will start from 1st of September here. And now if you want to get, now we can closely watch. I don't see anything other than Monday, Wednesday and Friday here. I would like to improvise this. This is MWF. When we are in the marketing field, we always talk about MWF, or when we are conducting a class, we say that this frequency of class, how you want to conduct. You want NWF TTS. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. Or you want to go for a weekends, or you pick the day as and how you wanted it to be. So now the advantage that I got in this list is, this is what the Monday, Wednesday, Friday data set that comes into play. So I'm moving this one step to the left, and then I'm trying to do the Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. The only thing that I'm going to do at the moment is I'm going to change the final conditions alone. So I'm going to come back here, select the whole data set, copy it, paste it here, and then change the last dimension alone. And let me just see what is the last dimension that I mentioned in this list. Sorry. The last dimension that I mentioned is 1010101. When I do that, that's going to populate my list. Again, when I do this, normally it's going to pop up the data set in a number format. Let me change that to a list here. You can see the data are coming in a little different manner altogether. So let me just move this to the bottom of my screen, and then I'll remove the merge centers here, and then I'll try to make them all in one line item here. So by that way I can see all the formulas very clearly when I bring the data to the top. And now I got all my days in this particular pattern. Now I want to copy this and then paste it and see it, whether that's giving you the right answer. Yes, it gives you only Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday. I'm sorry, Dave, I'm just moving you wherever I put it. So I'm selecting this, I'm copying it, and then I'm using a paste special option to change it. So now I want to get only the Saturdays and Sundays here, not anything other than that. For that, so now I want to get the next part, which query was there for me for a very long time when I filled the logic called fill series, where I got all my weekdays functionality when I never got the weekends alone. For the weekends, again, there is a small change in it, because when I normally use a weekend functionality, the category says that you can use the 5 zeros and the 2 ones later, but this works only on the week workday functionality. But in the sequentiality function, when I tried to use that earlier, it didn't give me the answer for me, so I just literally sat and typed this once and then I got the answer. So let me just show you what's happening when I do this. This is the one which is given to me in our category functionality. So when I use the same formula again, so I'm coming back to the formula, copying it, pasting it here, and I'm changing the condition to the one which the system gave me earlier, 5 zeros followed with 2 ones here. When I do that, it is giving me a very odd figures here. It's not giving me the data that I'm looking forward for. The list here. So this is where I have literally worked on it. So now I have just read this again and I made sure that, okay, what they are given me logically is right. What they gave me is we have to use it in the right way. So that's what I tried to use at the last year. So when I typed the permutation combination of numbers by what did I do is I just selected this cell and then I froze it, and then I started filling the data set. Then when I finally got the answer that I'm looking forward for. So when I do that, automatically, if it is in a number format, it is not coming. So please use an apostrophe to convert that into a text format. So by text format, it reads that. And now we can see the next set of 4 weeks of Saturdays and Sundays. Actually, it is giving me 5 weeks here. That's okay, because I just gave the numbers until the next 12 days here. Probably that's going to go for 6 Saturdays and Sundays. So that's giving me 12 in here. Probably I should have given only 8 here. By that way, that's going to give you the exact last date here. But when I do that, the entire dimension change, because I refers the entire cell there. So this is how I get it. If you are looking forward for a Saturday Sunday alone in a Workday functionality, probably you can use this formula, Workday International, and give the first date of the dates. You can type the dates also if you wanted to, because I'm referring a cell reference here, so that I can give whatever date that I want here. And then I use a sequence functionality to get the number of rows here, and then I give a comma, and then I want my weekends to be presented in this pattern. So again, the formula that I gave is for the first functionality, MWF. Let me make that for this is for MWF. Monday, Wednesday and Friday. I will make it for TDS, and then I will even make it for SST. So I'm going to just come back here and then use the format painter option to use. Again, I would have done it twice. Probably I didn't do it correctly. So let me come back and add the formula text for us. Oops. Sorry about that. I'm taking it in the wrong, very odd place. So now I got the sequential formula for the Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays. Now we got the sequential formula for this. Again, the formula part, I will change the output to the numbers that I typed, because I don't want to give a cell reference here. Let me put them in double quotes. I'll just say 5 ones with double zeros to it, and then close the close bracket and give an enter. So these are the three variants that you can get in our list. So where you get the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Saturday and Sunday alone in a date functionality for a specific month. If you change this to another month, let me change this to another month to make it more interesting for us. Now you get all your Monday, Wednesday and Friday for the month of October, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday for the month of October, and Saturday, Sundays alone for the month of October, starting from the first day of the month. So hope you guys learned something new. Instead of using a fill series option, probably you can use the sequence functionality. I think this will make our life a little more dynamic. I'm just giving for only 1 month at the moment. Probably you can extend it for a longer period and try something new out of it, so that you know how many number of working days. If you want to know, you can go back to the fill series, old school method of doing it. If you're looking for a specific pattern of days to come into play, Then if you want to generate something like a marketing lead day or a class day for a particular set of students, I'm running 2 batches simultaneously. One in the frequency of Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and another one is on a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Sometimes I do run a batch on Saturday, Sundays also. If that is the case, then how I can find those dates in a range here. If it is a 90-day class, or it is a 60-day class, or 15 days class, or something like that, then I know exactly how many days, or what will be the start date and what will be the end date by the number of days that we are gonna fill in this list. We can see them all in this list. That way it works. Again, this is a spill effect because I'm adding the data set below. It's not showing me the list here. Let me just make that formula a little downwards so that when I add some dates above, that's going to extract and showcase the dates for me all the way around, and you will get to know the number of dates that we are filling in this list. So this is the way we can find out all your Saturdays and Sundays, or all your Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays for a specific period of time. This is Vinod signing out from Myself Academy YouTube channel, Excel User Series 4.0, where I use a combination of formula with Workday international function with sequence, and I stumbled upon and learned something new, and I immediately wanted to add it back to you. So without hesitation, for the weekend starter, this will be the best way to start to learn more about it. So when you are using when you're going to use this date functionality to extract a specific pattern of dates, you can do it. I'll try to do other days around. So if I'm going to take Monday, Thursday and Saturday, or some permutation combination of data, if I get it, how do I get those dimensions also? So I will make another video on it. There's a longer video for us. Let's stop it here, and then hope you guys learned something new. Happy learning. This is Vinod signing out from Myself Academy YouTube channel with Excel User Series 4.0, video number 7.